He appeared only when I cried. The first time I saw him, it was raining in Queens. I was 23, standing outside a laundromat on Roosevelt Avenue, soaked to the bone, hugging a garbage bag of clothes I couldn't afford to wash. My paycheck from the diner had been short again, and my landlord had slipped a pink eviction notice under the door. I leaned against the flickering neon sign, holding back the tears, but they came anyway, hot, ugly, unstoppable. That's when he appeared. A man in his 30s, tall, with sharp features that didn't belong to this crowded block of taco trucks and dollar stores. He wore no umbrella, no jacket, only a black shirt clinging to him in the rain. His eyes locked on mine like he had been waiting for me. "You dropped something," he said, his voice calm, steady. I looked down. Nothing was on the ground. When I looked up again, he was closer, holding out a folded bill, 50, crisp and dry despite the storm. "Take it," he said. I hesitated. "Why?" "Because you need it." And just like that, he walked away into the rain. I didn't see him again for weeks. Not until the night my mother called from Karachi. She was sick, medical bills piling up. I sat on my bed in that cramped apartment, crying into my pillow, wishing I could be two people, one who worked endless shifts in New York, and another who held her hand back home. When I lifted my head, he was there. Standing inside my room. No door creaked open, no footsteps echoed. He was simply there, leaning against the wall like he belonged. "You shouldn't cry alone," he said. His voice was the same, low, steady, almost protective. I scrambled back, heart pounding. "How the hell did you get in here?" He didn't answer. Instead, he placed an envelope on my desk. "For her medicine." I stared at it, hundreds of dollars inside. I hadn't told anyone about my mother's illness. "Who are you?" I whispered. He smiled faintly. "Someone who listens when you break." And then he was gone. From then on, it became a pattern. Every time life broke me open, he appeared. When my boss grabbed my arm too tight in the diner kitchen and I cried in the bathroom, he was there, slipping a new job offer across the counter of a coffee shop 2 days later. When I found out my landlord had been sneaking into my apartment, and I sobbed with fear, he was there, handing me the keys to a safer place. Always silent, always timely. Only when I cried. Months passed. I stopped fearing him, started depending on him. In a city that chewed up immigrants like me, he was the one constant. A shadow, a savior. But saviors, I learned, always come with a price. It was late one night, after a shift at the new cafe job he'd arranged, when I found a note slipped under my door. "Meet me tomorrow. Midnight. Pier 36. The handwriting was his. I went. The pier was quiet, the East River dark and endless. He stood there, watching the skyline, the glow of Manhattan glittering like gold teeth. "You've grown stronger," he said, without turning. I swallowed hard. "Who are you really? Why me?" Finally, he faced me. For the first time, I saw something in his eyes, not kindness, not pity, but hunger. "Because you called me," he said. Every tear, every sob, it opened a door. "You made me real." My blood ran cold. "What are you talking about?" He stepped closer, and the air thickened. "I exist only in your sorrow. Your pain feeds me. Without it, I fade." I backed away. "You're not real." He smiled. "And yet I'm the only one who has ever saved you." The wind off the river cut sharp against my skin. His words twisted in my mind. He had saved me. Without him, I would be drowned long ago in the city. But now I saw it, he didn't want me healed. He wanted me broken. For weeks, I resisted. I refused to cry, no matter what. Not when my hours were cut. Not when the hospital called again about my mother's surgery. Not when I sat in my dark apartment with nothing but ramen and silence. I bit my lip until it bled, forced my face into stone. And he didn't come. But loneliness, true loneliness, can split you wider than pain ever could. It was winter when I finally broke. Snow fell heavy over the city, the streets muffled in white. I got the call just after dawn. My mother hadn't made it through the night. The scream tore out of me before I could stop it. I fell to the kitchen floor, sobbing like a child, begging for one more chance, one more day. And he appeared. Kneeling beside me, his hand brushing my shoulder. His touch was warm, almost tender. "I'm here," he whispered. "I'll always be here, as long as you cry." Through my tears, I saw it clearly now, the trap. Every gift, every rescue, was a chain. He didn't want my freedom. He wanted my grief. I shoved him back, my voice raw. "Get out. You're not my savior, you're my curse." He didn't flinch. Only smiled, that same faint smile from the very first night. "You'll call me again," he said softly. "They all do." And then he was gone, leaving only silence and me, broken on the floor. It's been a year since that night. I haven't cried once. Not at work, not in bed, not even at my mother's grave in Karachi when I finally scraped together enough to fly back. I've trained myself to hold it in, to fight the tears until they rot inside me. Because I know the truth now, he is still out there, waiting. Waiting for me to break. And every time I feel the sting in my eyes, every time my throat tightens with the urge to sob, I hear his voice like a shadow in the dark, "I'll always be here, as long as you cry." So I don't. I can't. Because the moment I do, he will appear again.